This meeting is being live streamed. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Are we there yet?
It feels like that, right? Connect. It said it was on. Okay, something's happening. And we're live. Hello, everybody.
Do you see people?
Do, do you see dead people?
I do actually. I didn't get much sleep last night because there was somebody just wreaking all kinds of havoc in my house. I was waking up, it sounded like somebody had a stick beating on the wall. I was like, what is happening? Then I was thinking, I'd fall right back asleep. And then all of a sudden, boom, 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 something else. Clatter and lots of weird stuff.
So we have some people already online. So, boy, they're saying hi.
I don't
Um,
see that.
hmm?
I don't see that. I was looking at participants and it
Yeah,
says,
I'm looking at two and see where it is. But they say we're here.
I'm going to look on chat.
Apparently, they can hear us. So. Um, Okay, I could see everything. So, welcome everybody.
Well,
Sabrina, are you there?
yeah, I'm here. I just don't see the chat thing.
Okay.
I'm looking.
Um, yeah, if you go to my YouTube page, Sabrina, and you go to the live, you'll see it there.
Ooh, I should have known that before we did all this. The
Hi
content
everybody.
is things.
Thanks for coming by.
Okay. All right. Here we are. Okay. Now.
How is
Sabrina.
Do you see everybody coming through, Sabrina?
No, that's what I'm looking for. I'm
Okay,
looking for
just
everybody.
yeah, just go to my YouTube channel and click on
Oh,
live.
that's what you
You'll
said.
see a little picture. And it says live on it. Hi, everybody. Wow, there's a lot of people here. Thank
Okay, now
you.
I see them.
Yay.
Hey.
Okay, well, I want to thank everybody for supporting us. And the last video we put out, Sabrina, has a lot of views.
Well, does it look like I'm live on the
No,
camera?
that's you won't look, it won't look live on the picture. Just listen and
Okay.
we're,
Shut
you
up.
know, we're learning all this technology. So. Norway is here, Kentucky is here, Denmark, island of Jersey. Wow. A lot of people, North Carolina. Thank you all for coming on in. Um, getting a lot of hearts. So thanks a lot.
There's
So Sabrina, just real quick, just to start this off, we have gone on a real long journey for the last 2 years.
Mhm.
And just real quick, where are you right now as far as what you're doing and how you're feeling and all that?
I'm feeling fine. I don't sound like it today. I don't know what's wrong with my voice lately. A lot of mold and mildew in Florida. I think that has something to do with it. I'm fine. I'm doing fine.
Because everybody's always asking about you, and I think you already have gone over that hump.
Yeah, I'm looking at the final countdown here.
Hmm.
I'm
And
looking
you're
for,
feeling good.
yeah, just
Yeah.
doing pretty good. A lot better than I was. I wake up every morning thanking God that I'm healed and better,
Yeah.
that kind of,
And you're doing readings now, and that's the
yeah,
reason why we're here today is because readings, and I guess about a week or so ago, you did a reading in which you were very um, surprised. Something happened in that reading.
yes. Um,
So, without names of who it was, can you tell them about the reading and what happened when all of a sudden you were kind of kicked out of the way?
Yeah, I've had that kicked out of the way thing happen a few times in my life. So, hold on. I am just all over the place here. Anyway, um, I started when I was 8 years old, but I never really had control over it. Just somebody comes in and just says, I'll take it from here kind of thing. And anyway, recently I was doing a reading on a lady, and it was like she didn't seem to be into it. It's just kind of wonderful, what's going on here, because everything I said, it was like, yeah, 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 and, kind of thing. And then all of a sudden, here comes this message, and I was reluctant about it, but I said, hey, I think the Galactic Federation is here. And I was like, oh, I don't want to say that, And then all of a sudden, poof, somebody moved me to the side, and I realized there was about a dozen of them. And they were um, giving a message to this woman. And I was talking like, it was robotic. It sounded like an auto tune thing going on, with my voice. And I was just sitting back and watching them, and they were on a ship, Galactic Federation. It was a council. I mean, I'm getting all this other information while whatever's coming through for her. It was personal, came through for her. But apparently there was 12 of them. Their councils are usually 12 people. They can convene immediately when they have a spokesperson or a forum that's easily to access. And that was me. So I knew that they were from multiple planets. And there was one that was like a super time traveler, went in and out of different times. And there were two that traveled through dimensions. So they just were in and out of all these dimensions. But yeah, when that message came through, I was like, oh, wow. And then I finally came out of it, and I was just exhausted. Like my battery was completely depleted. I called Alba about it. And so, then she decided, oh, hey, do a reading on me, and, we'll do this and that. So I thought she was going to ask a lot of questions, but just a lot of information kept coming through.
Mhm.
Okay, there we go. Come on.
Yeah, so the whole reason why we did that is I wanted her to just, without having to do a reading on someone, just information about them, to just practice on me and just focus on it, right?
Hmm.
So that's why I wasn't saying anything. I wanted to just flow and see what came out. And that was, I think, the first time that you really felt a lot of uh, a lot of information coming through from them. Are you lost, Sabrina?
Yes, I can't see anybody. All I can see is I can see their notes. I'm trying to get the screen where I can at least see you. I feel like I'm just talking to the room. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what it's like.
I'm like, well, I at least see your picture. It's like, come on now.
So,
So we're just gonna, I can see nothing, like the sidebar's not moving at all. Like I'm trying to move the bars up to see everybody's comments and stuff. And
so
okay,
tell everybody, tell us where you're coming from. So, there's a few questions already on here, Sabrina. Would you mind if I read you the chats and see if you could
yeah,
answer this?
you just read them and tell you,
Okay.
I'll tell you
So
what comes.
Donovan is asking, is Galactic Federation physical or energetic or in spirit form? What did you feel?
But like I said, there's a mixture of all things. Um,
Yeah.
and there's millions of members of the Galactic Federation. Found that out then, and that there, no, during your reading that came through. Um, Millions of them, and they go all through the cosmos. And whatever is needed for a certain council, like I'm saying, it was very particularly it's amazing. It's like they can just transport, like they're just beamed there, like
Yeah.
for this person in particular, there needed to be the 12. Excuse me, and they had to be, and one had to be the time traveler. And then two of them, um, excuse me, jumped through dimensions. So they were multi-dimensional beings. And the time traveler is something else altogether. I have seen all different kinds of creature types. I first saw this council, I guess it was when we were in Peru. We did a mass hypnosis, the whole class. It was like 40 people
Where is this?
when we were in Peru at
Ah,
Blair Styra. Um, he was there and we all did a mass um, hypnosis thing, and we were supposed to be going down some stairway, and I'm going down some looks like into an ancient temple kind of thing. And then I'm standing there with a few girls, and we all were dressed like, like Roman goddesses kind of thing. Like our hair was done up the way theirs was done, and we were wearing toga type, and we were all at our best self. We were all real pretty. And we went outside of this temple, and there was this pyramid, and it looked like it was made out of marble, polished marble. It was very pretty. I mean, it was perfect,
yeah.
And we touched the wall, and all of a sudden we were in this room, and it was the same thing, this floating alabaster oval table. And there were beings sitting around this table. And at the head was this other chick that was from Romania. She looked like Yoda. And she was this wise old soul. I had a connection with her the second I met her, but excuse me, then there was all different kinds, but there were these warrior types. They looked like warriors. They were big. They had to be 11, 12 feet. They were just huge people.
With
And
were these males?
yeah, well, they looked androgynous,
Ah,
like angels, you don't know. So
mm,
um they had this armor on, and it was beautiful. I mean, craftsmanship, like
wow.
just gold with a lot of filigree type silver on it, and the big shoulder things, and I mean just incredible gear, and it was just glimmering, and we knew which one of these guys to come to the back of. We walked behind them, and we put our hands on their shoulders from the back, and they absorbed us. We just became one with them, and that was my first experience knowing I'm part of a fractal. But what I'm trying to wrap my head around is, can you be a fractal of multiple people? Can you be a fractal? Because like this last session, it was shown to me that we can be a fractal of somebody, but they can have multiple, like it's like clones. It's like we're clones with a soul of them. But then, you know, I've seen myself be absorbed by somebody else. So I'm kind of thinking, am I like a crystal with a whole bunch of different facets? Because when I think fractal, I think crystals. I don't know why.
Mm.
But yeah, that all came to mind during your reading, because I'm just sitting back watching. I feel my mouth making words, and I'm back there not putting the words together to form a sentence. I'm not absorbing what's coming out of my mouth. I'm I'm like I'm like sitting to the side watching the rest of the party going on while this is happening. And then every once in a while, I'm right there, and I'm kind of freaked out by what I'm saying. I'm hearing what it actually is when it's like a little bit of a run on, because it's usually like a word at a time or something.
Yeah.
And so I'm hearing that little run on, like, and then I go, what? So when you see expressions come out of me while I'm doing this robot thing, that's me actually stepping up and going, what's happening? Oh my God. Stepping back again. They're pushing me back. But it does seem to just kind of start trailing off. And that's when I just this last time decided just I'm backing off because I was finding my body, like when I was checking in every once in a while, I was finding my body just going, oh, this is a lot. It's like,
Hmm. So, Flame Red 24 says, was all the information you channeled for your clients specific to her?
yes, from the Galactic Council, sure was.
Yeah. Now, the one that we put on YouTube was not for a client. That's the one that we did the practice session with me. Sabrina had already done a reading with me, and that's when we started talking about my ship. We had been talking about the ship, my ship,
Right.
and
God, that came up years ago, the ship.
yeah, and that's when they came in.
Yeah. I was like, let's see if they want to come in, like kind of, ha ha ha. And all of a sudden, yep, here they are. And somebody said, oh, did they say yep? It's like, no, I was looking for them. And yep, here they were. They were coming in.
Somebody asked anybody in white space suits.
Um, no,
No,
no, I didn't see that. They wear white suits. Are you talking about the Galactic Federation?
I guess so. Yeah.
They wear white suits, but they're not like space suits. They wear like very simple, unless it was something like this armor that we had to, I guess that was for show to make us understand who they were. There's some kind of giant warriors, like warriors of God or something,
Well.
like archangel kind of situation, I guess.
Hmm.
You
Yeah.
know,
Um,
I think about that a lot.
Dara asked, does Sabrina ever have visions of what is in store for humanity, or do the timelines keep shifting, making it difficult to get an accurate reading?
Yes, exactly. Because you know, Alba has asked me a few different ways to Sunday. What's coming? What can we do? How can we prepare? Because we all feel like we're at a stalemate and we're like at the starting point of a race and we don't know when the gun's going to go off and which way to run or anything. But it's every time I see it, it's like there's going to be people that recognize it, and then there's
Hmm.
people people that are just freaking out because they're
Yeah.
just so 3D that they just can't wrap their head around it. They're gonna freak out. You know what I mean? So it'll cause chaos. That's why these people are they want to help ease the people that are going to freak out into it so they don't have such a scary um reaction to it, you know what I mean?
Hmm. Yeah. And I think that um, what we think may happen and what actually may happen may be totally different. Uh, I don't think we really have any clue of how this is going to pan out.
Oh, no, and it's up to us, and that's what people keep, oh, what about why do we need this army and this and that? Well, because people are goofy,
Yeah.
okay, and people are unpredictable, and there's going to be a lot of chaos going on whenever this happens, just because people, there's those of us that have known this was going to happen all our life.
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, that, and a lot of us are feeling that something's coming real soon.
Yeah, and just from the chat, does anybody feel like they are on a pause, on a waiting for something? Because this has been going on in my life. It's been going on with a lot of people that I know that we all feel that something is coming and we're just being held back from not doing too much. Does anybody else have that feeling? Because I'm certainly feeling it. Like,
Yeah.
don't get involved in anything real deep. Just
Yeah.
kind of
Keep
just
your
doing.
calendar kind of loosey goosey. I keep getting that, like, well, I don't quite know. if I'll be available for this, you know,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. It's like, well, I don't know what the future brings. Of course, we none of us do. It's a mystery, you know. But
Yeah.
bottom line, if we're stressing about that, or if we're going, because I've had a lot of people tell me, look, it's like my life just turned upside down and stopped, you know, and I really don't know where to go from here. And
Mm-hmm.
it mostly, you're being told to be still.
Yeah.
You're being told to nurture yourself. You're being told to work on being kind and loving, and to shine your light. And whatever you call God, reach out and zero in on that. You know,
Mm-hmm.
we all have our own vernacular,
Yeah.
but it's time to get aligned with the positive, aligned with um, gratitude, and to dispel fear, you know, because fear is feeding the matrix.
Yeah.
So we don't want to do that. That's because it's just think about each of us where where we are right now. We're all part of a grid. We're spread out. Look at y'all, you're from all over the world, you know, and we all are holding a spot on the earth all the time. Now, is my spot shining? That's what you got to ask yourself. Am I shining? Am I holding the light where I am right now? Because it can be seen from above.
Mm-hmm.
And there's dark spots and there's light spots. We want to shine as powerfully as we can right now because it's going to protect our grid, and it's going to make this more of a positive experience instead of a freak out session. Because
Yeah.
just because of every time you think about it, light up.
You know, whenever you're talking, Sabrina, I always get pictures in my mind. And as you were saying that, I live in a very, very dark place. When it's dark out, it's very, very dark.
Yes.
And I have frequent power outages. So I always have a lot of battery powered lights all around my house. In every room, I have a tap light. In underneath the cabinets, I have lights. I just love lights, and I make it a point every once in a while to go through the house and check those lights to make sure that the batteries are not turning green on me or bluish green, that they're not overflowing. And that's what I believe we have to do. We have to check ourselves to make sure that you are shining your light, that wherever it's going to be needed, wherever you're going to be, you're shining at full capacity. Whether you're at work, whether you're at home with your kids or with your pets, whether you're with family, that you are shining wherever you go. That light is at full capacity and you're not just leaking toxic stuff because the light is needed. Your light is needed. And when people come to me to do sessions, they tell me, I don't have people nearby me that are like me. And
Right.
it's because we are the lights. We are being put in dark places on
We
purpose.
are on the grid. We're all, as one girlfriend of mine put it, we are the pillars of the temple.
Yeah.
You cannot put two pillars together to hold up the temple. They have to be spread out. And that's why we're spread out. That's why you don't have, that's why the friends that you have around you are just falling away, you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
because, you know, you have to reach out to the grid of light workers. And that's what this is all about, you know. And it's
Yeah.
everybody I talk to is like, you know, I feel all alone. I don't have anybody I can talk to about this stuff. It's like, yes, you can. Yes, you do. You're not alone.
Yeah, yeah. And that's what's great about having these chats that we see, people are all over the world. They're coming from everywhere. We've got people here from, oh my God, everywhere. Scotland, Tucson, Arizona, New York,
And
everyone. And
it's
they're
such a
all
good
the
chat.
pillars. You're all
That's
the pillars.
Yeah, they're the pillars. They're the grid. Think about a grid.
Hmm.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, this is frustrating.
I uh,
I see
I
two
have
things. That's
I
all
have
I
some
can see.
questions here, Sabrina.
Yeah, okay.
So someone's asking, Oh, it's going so quick now. Do you have any predictions for the next 6 months in the U.S.? What do you feel?
Well, that would be in another reading, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would.
And I am just not going to go into a trance right now.
Not there. Um, Warrior Word says, I am so not scared at all. Sometimes something feels familiar to me, like they've always been here. It's a funny feeling.
Right. Well, you know what, just get back to that last question. I don't want to be rude or anything. I mean, that came off kind of bitchy, but there has been a few um, sessions that we've had, you and me, Alba, where you
Yeah,
asked me particulars and particular dates, and it's
yeah,
always up to free will. If I try to do that, it's not going to be the right date.
correct.
And, you know, because so many things can happen. And sometimes when I'm looking in the future, like if I'm shown a vision, like when I was a kid, just all my life, all of a sudden here's this vision or here's this really lucid dream, you know, and it comes true kind of thing. Whenever I'm looking at the future, here comes another timeline from the past and showing the correlation between these two things and the loss of humanity and the way it changed the world and everything. So I'm not really, it's like sometimes I'm dead on. Like you can show me a picture and I can tell you something about that person. That happened recently. Or I know when people are pregnant, I know a lot of stuff about babies coming into the world, but it's because I've been on the other side of the veil. So there's not a lot of mass births, but then there's mass deaths. And I have seen the mass deaths. And you know what? It's a burden. It's a sensitivity and a burden. And I have to understand that it's just a sensitivity because you cannot warn people, even if you do, that scenario is going to happen. You know, it's just I'm seeing what's going to happen.
Hmm.
When it
Yeah.
comes to like Alba asking me about the future and how this all is going to go down, it's not like set in stone like other visions I've had. This one in particular really is up to us. That's why everybody's in the cosmos is sitting back with their popcorn. They're either stepping up to help out.
Hmm. Yeah.
You know, they're going to be talking about wars and stuff going on. I've actually had dreams about these wars where they're just happening right over our heads.
Mm.
Nobody sees them. Like I'm seeing it, nobody else sees it,
That's
you know.
amazing.
But I mean, that could be going on right now.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of beings, planets. Even there's even like they're not planets, they're like a giant ship in space. They're their own planet. You know what I
That's
mean?
amazing.
There's things like that.
Hmm.
And all of these people feel what happens on Earth because that was one thing that came out in the last session. It was the Earth is the big experiment. We are like no other planet or asteroid or ship in the cosmos. We were a big experiment. We still are. And it's very fascinating to watch how human beings have grown and what they've done over millennia. This has been
Hmm.
just like a reality show to everybody. But the thing is, now they're getting involved because now
Hmm.
they know over all the time that we've been doing things, how we can form ripple effects through the cosmos, and it can be devastating, you know. So their ass is on the line now too. You see what I'm saying? Playing around with nuclear
Yeah.
bombs is a real eye opener. So they seem to be um, giving us free will to a point. But if we start trying to blow each other up with these nuclear bombs, something's going to happen where they're just going to step right in.
Yeah.
That's not even the big one. The big one is the Christ consciousness coming, and
Mm.
that's coming in through the golden children and
Yeah.
All golden children have been shown to me over and over.
Can you explain to everybody what you consider to be golden child?
Well, in the last couple of years, these babies have been born into good families. It seems like they've got it lined up already to have a good family so they can do their work when they get here. Okay. They're not coming into a bunch of crazy people or crackheads or anything. They're coming into good families. And they are very advanced. They are aware of the Akashic records. They are born looking around like, oh, I remember this. This is what I signed up for. They
Mhm.
are brilliant and wise in a way that is it's inescapable. You just have, I mean, you say there's a child in your family and this is one of those golden babies. And they go, oh yeah, we all talk about it. I mean, they're all because these babies like are holding their head up the day they're born.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're they're talking about things that once they start talking, it's like they're not baby talking, they're talking in sentences and they're talking about some heavy duty stuff. And I've had to tell the families a big point in telling them about this child is that they need to shut up, back off, and listen to this child. They need to nurture them and support them. Not like with cheerleading, oh, you did a good job, but like, yes, we know that this is why you're here and we're here for you, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot. Those are happening. Babies
Mhm.
are coming forth. A lot of babies. Babies are coming forth that were miscarried or aborted and showing so much divine love and forgiveness, and that they had a choice. They had a choice to come into this family, and for whatever reason, usually because they saw how difficult it would make the person's life that they were coming into, they had a choice at the last minute or whatever. They had a choice somewhere along the way that they could go to some angelic realm and they go through like a little angel course. They're like, and they always look like little cupids when they show themselves to me. They're like little pooties, little cupids, real happy. And they have a way of showing joy to the family. Whether the golden children are bringing joy and insightfulness and wisdom, but the little babies, the little cherubim babies, are saying, all is forgiven, and they're releasing a burden, and then they're um, filling that hole with joy. So I love seeing that. I mean, it just comes in like, here it goes again. But it's not something I go in thinking about. So, I mean, and the people by their reaction, I know that this is helping them.
Yeah.
That's, yeah, those babies keep coming in.
Mm. And I'm seeing different questions here. People do want to connect with you. They do want to have a reading with you. I know that at this time, you have Facebook is where you're connecting, correct?
Right, right.
Yeah.
And as of next week, the end of next week, I'll start filling up the calendar for August.
Hmm.
So in
Yeah.
September.
So just get on Facebook, get on, do a search for Sabrina Etheridge, and um, in that picture you have long blonde hair, just so that they know.
If they haven't been following all this, man, I have different hair every every time you see me.
Exactly.
It's like I didn't plan it that way.
But you didn't lose your hair.
I did. I lost a lot of
A
hair.
lot, but not all of it.
Well, it was like almost a comb over at one point.
Somebody says, are you related to Melissa
Oh
Etheridge?
God, I hear that. Now, use your common sense. If I was related to Melissa Etheridge, what would I be doing? I'd be hanging out at her mansion or whatever, sitting on the yacht with some champagne or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was through marriage. I got that name anyway. I've just had it for years and years. The marriage
Yeah.
didn't last long, but I established myself with that name. So
Yeah. And later on, you'll be able to have people access you in other places. Some people don't have Facebook, um, so we'll
Mhm.
let you know where you can access her in the future. And you do have a YouTube channel, but you're not using it very much right now.
Oh, actually, I mean, I haven't been able to use my hands to do a lot of typing, and
Yep.
my vision is coming back. I had that concussion and my vision was all wonky. So,
Yeah.
I was just talking about getting new glasses because I kept saying I need new glasses. These are for reading. I'm not supposed to use them just to wash dishes.
Mhm.
But I've been through a whole lot of chemo. So,
Yeah.
I'm here.
Yeah, and Sabrina is an artist.
Yeah.
And for you to lose your ability to use your fingers is a big deal.
My, my
The
eyes.
painting behind you is a painting that you painted.
Mhm.
And right now, just to type on the computer, type on the phone is a
Yeah.
real problem.
Yeah. I mean, I have to dictate a lot of things instead of sending texts and stuff like that right now. And I don't have a website. I've had a few people say they were going to build me one and they just disappeared. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
So that's not the right one. So soon enough, the right one will show up and be able to help me get started on all this stuff. And
Mm.
so,
Yeah. So, no, Sabrina's not related to Jan or Ted. Uh, Etheridge.
no,
It's totally
I'm
different.
related to a bunch of Etheridges, but they were all by marriage and I haven't talked to them in 30 something years, 35 years.
Exactly. Exactly. Just like myself, I'm not related to any Weinman because um, that is my son's father's name, and I kept it. So the only one I'm related to is my son and his family.
Yeah.
So let's see what else. Yeah, we have a lot of people on here. I really appreciate you spending time with us on a Saturday. Um, the reading that Sabrina does for people is very personal. She did one for me, which kind of blew me out of the water too. I learned quite a bit. Should I share with them what happened with that reading with the friend on my property?
Yeah, sure.
And you'll
Oh,
fill me
sure.
in, I'm sure. Um, Sabrina was doing the reading. It's not on YouTube. I kept that off. But the first thing she said is, I think I see is that a bear? And she soon realized that it was a Sasquatch.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that this Sasquatch that lives on my land has a family here, and that he's old, he's got gray hair, and he has been sent by a starship. He's been given instructions to protect my property.
See, I don't remember all those details.
Yep.
I know
Yep.
he had a family all the way around the lake. They just
Yeah, and they come and go with they know the seasons. They know that when the lake dries up, and they look for food, they forage, and he's just there to protect. I asked if I would ever see him, and basically says no, not yet, and don't push it was what I got from you, Sabrina.
okay.
Don't push it. But she says that he does like to look at the sky, and there's meteor showers that were happening this week, and that if I wanted to catch a glimpse, perhaps I could see him looking at the sky in the morning.
Right.
Well, I don't go out unless it's
And you could
really,
see him at night.
yeah, but I don't go out there when I'm doing my business. I'm not out there. But in the morning I actually went out to the dock just to take a look at everything, and there was a huge indentation in the grass. Looked like somebody really big and lying on the grass.
She sends it to me. I'm like, what's this all about? And she's like, oh, the Sasquatch. I was like, oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah. So it seems like he may have been out there just doing a little bit of stargazing and looking at the meteor shower. But I don't feel anything on the property from him. I don't feel any threat. I don't feel anything out there. I do talk to all of the trees and the nature spirits and all of that. I just feel really good um, on my property, and I know that I am protected. So, and anybody who comes to do a session with me or stay overnight, that they are respected and they are taken care of. So that's what I got from the reading.
Except me, scared the stew out of me.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's true. Like when Sabrina came and stayed over one night, we went out to the stars, and as soon as we went out into the field, towards the field, it wasn't even in the field yet. You were scared out of your mind.
Yeah, and I don't scare that easy. Like, so
No,
I was like, oh, there is something real big over there looking at us. It's menacing, and I can't run away from it, and it could tear us limb from limb. I was terrified.
you were terrified. I didn't feel. I
And
didn't
she's
feel
like,
it.
la, la, la. I'm like, no, we need to go inside now, babe. If you want to stay out here with it, fine. I'm running. I'm going back. Each nut for themselves. Because
Yeah,
I could just feel it. It was dreadful. I could
yeah,
feel an ominous presence, like it was, threatening.
yeah. And Annette asks, are the Sasquatch only in North America? No, I believe they're all over the place. There are different types of Sasquatch, and there's many, many, many channels on YouTube about the Sasquatch. Some are in Australia, some are in Russia. They go by different names. The ones that are in Florida, particularly, are called skunk apes.
Oh,
They're a little shorter. They're not as big. I don't know if this is the same one, but
well,
they have four fingers instead of five.
uh,
So those are the skunk apes. Those are in Florida. I guess they're from the Everglades or something like that. But they're called all sorts of names all over the country. People call them as wood boogers. There's all different things depending on where you're from. But there's many channels on YouTube that talk all about it. Uh, somebody Marie asked, does the Sasquatch have a name? We didn't ask.
no. And there have been some names that have come through. Did you tell them about the angel?
Oh, that was very interesting. No, I don't think we've been online since that time.
I need to pop these pictures up there so they can see. I keep taking my glasses off like it's going to help.
Um, what happened is I was doing some yard work recently, and yeah, I don't even know how I could put pictures up here. I'm not even going to try, but I was taking pictures of this area where I had just pulled out all the weeds, and I was just showing Sabrina my work of my gardening work, and it just happened to capture the side of my house. And Sabrina says, I see something there.
No, I felt it first. I was
You
like,
felt it.
oh,
Okay.
and it's watching you. It's watching you. And I'm looking at just a picture on my phone. And it was
And
like, where is it? Where?
I didn't see
You gotta
anything.
hesitate, right? So like, well, where is it? And so I'm taking my phone and I'm looking, real big here, and I'm going real big here, and I'm looking and looking. I was like, oh, there it is. And it was right over there by her car, by her house. And I was like, Alba, there's something in there.
Yeah.
And I could see it and she couldn't. And I have this thing where I don't know what it is, but if somebody drops a contact lens in a yard, I can find it. It's just like I just see things, I can just discern them from whatever. But anyway, so I see this thing and I was like, oh my God, what is that? And so she's saying, well, why don't you ask it who it is? And it's saying its name is Ariel. And we looked that up, and that was an archangel over nature spirits that protects nature. And
Yeah.
she was right over there by her house. I mean, she's got some property there, and She was pretty far back. How I would know that looking at that picture where it was so far away from,
It was it was so far away. It was incredible. And that morning, I had woken up with the worst vertigo. I kept it was like I kept getting dizzy. I felt the energy was so strong. I kept like falling over. It wasn't like true vertigo, but I felt there was so much energy around that it would just knock me over. And when I went into that area where the angel was in the picture, I felt the energy there.
oh yeah, that's right.
It was crazy energy because I stood exactly where that angel would have been.
Mm.
And wow, it was it was like being plugged into the power outlet. It was
Yeah,
crazy.
once I, cropped it and cropped it and cropped it, then I put two filters on it. I put one for to clean it up. Just it didn't, what is it, where it makes it better edges or whatever on there.
Mhm.
And then I did it in black and white because it was easier to see her black and white. And yeah, it looked like an angel. Looked like an angel
Yeah.
standing there.
Yeah. And I posted that on my Facebook page for anybody who is looking to look what it I think it's still there. Ellen says that she remembers that picture. It's somewhere in there, and that's the Alba Weinman hypnotherapy Facebook page where I post things like
Hey,
that.
Sean. Hey, Sean.
Warrior Widow says, what area of America are you guys at? We are in Florida.
We're in Central Florida, smack dab in the middle of it.
Yeah, Sabrina is in Central. I'm in North Central, so I'm about an hour and a half north of her.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, somebody says she remembers at a gathering that they threw pillows from the swing around the yard before the event. And that's true. We had just finished putting some pillows on my swing, and when we heard those pillows thrown way far away. So something was definitely messing with us that day and showing that they were there. And I do have another gathering coming up for anybody who is close by to Florida on November 8th. So if you want to do a workshop at my house, um, just putting it out there. Let's see. Um, it says your filter is gone. That is what humans are losing now. We have a filter in and around our eyes that is dissolving, so we'll be able to see with the vision as others see in their NDEs. That could be. I didn't see it. Sabrina had a near-death experience, so she could see things a lot different than other
Yeah.
people.
See all kinds of things.
She sees everything. When she comes over to my property, she constantly sees things around my
And she'll
property.
go, where? And I'll take a picture of it. Go, see, it's a little gnome. And she'll go, oh my God.
Yeah, there are gnomes, there are little people around, and I don't see
Sassy,
any.
sassy little gnome guy. He'd been there a while. Well, I saw a Native American running like humans don't run. I mean, his feet were probably 4 feet over a little stream or ditch or something, and he was moving at like Mach speed. It was just really weird. He was running fast, but not fast. Does that
Is
make
that the one on my property, Sabrina?
Yeah, Luke. Remember he said
Luke?
that was Luke,
Yeah.
and he protected the boundaries around her house.
Yeah. So there are, I've had several people see the natives from the land, the nature, the spirits. And in this place where I live, there was a really bad war with the natives. That's part of the history of this town, Micanopy, and there were a lot that were killed in this area. So I think they're still here, and I have gotten information. I can't remember when that was, Sabrina, when you told me that some of them have already left. Um, that was one of the sessions that we had.
There was a brotherhood that were diehards that stayed.
Yes, and the other ones are
Went to the
going
lake.
away.
Hmm.
Yeah, and
But there was a tribe of a few hundred of them living in your area, and they were telling me that they were eating certain mushrooms off of trees, and they were eating birds, and they were eating fish. And I looked up the mushrooms. I was like, are there any mushrooms indigenous to this area? And yes, there were edible mushrooms, and they
Yeah.
grow on oak trees. And then there was, when we started looking around at the birds, I was like, well, geez, you got turkeys, wild turkeys, you got these big old emu size, you know,
The sandhill
herons,
crane.
yeah, the cranes and herons and stuff like that. You could eat good off birds around here,
Yeah. And the fish in the lake.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a lot in this area, and one day when Sabrina, you're feeling good, and we have some time, we're gonna do a little exploring to place to mounds that are here.
Yes, I'm fascinated with these mounds that it is against the law. There have been people that went to court and absolutely made it a rule to not call them pyramids.
Isn't that something?
They have to be called mounds. So we're going to go on a Florida pyramid adventure here soon. I'm getting ready.
That's right. It'll have to be when
We have
it's
to take
cooler.
butters too, so Lord have mercy.
Oh my. Yeah, we'll have to do that when it's cooler weather because right
Oh, yeah,
now
too hot.
it is so hot out there. Whew. Yeah.
Mm.
Ellen says she's lived in Florida since 1959 when the state was pristine. Yeah, it was beautiful. I moved to Florida in 1975, and it was still a little bit nice at that time. It got really bad later. Is Florida where the alligators are massive around Florida? It's not that they're massive, Kimmy. There's just a lot of them.
Oh, I've got some massive ones over here.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
it's not like they're
prehistoric
monsters.
monsters. Oh, these are monsters. These are like big, fat, 16-foot lizards. I mean,
Yeah,
we've got big ones over. in the second largest body of water is Lake Apopka, and that's right down the street from me. And I mean, there's one little niche over in the corner on the eastern side of it. You can
yeah.
go any day of the year. You go see some massive alligators.
The Gainesville area, which is where I live, is where the University of Florida is. Their mascot is the gator. They are the gators, and this is the area where there are more alligators than anywhere. We have a lot of lakes, a lot of sinkholes, and there's a lot of gators in this area. My lake at this time is pretty much empty. There's no water in it, just a little pond. So they will walk across land to look for water.
Oh yeah. A couple of years ago, they were running down the street, those smaller ones. They were coming out of our gutters, our rain gutters,
Yeah,
and wandered around in the streets. And I'm like, no thanks.
yeah, yeah. And it's kind of scary when you're driving in the back roads because you may come across one and your car may thump over it.
Yeah,
So you got to be
speed bump.
careful.
Well, that's the thing. We might look like a bunch of crazy people in Florida, but we look inside our shoes before we put them on.
That's
Okay.
right.
We look under our car a lot of times if we're not like in a city parking lot, we're going to look under our car, see what's under there before we get in. Okay.
Fantastic.
You
The
know,
the Gemini empath says I can help her. I do graphic design and it's easy to build a website. If she will read me as a payment, I'll do it. So there you go,
well,
Sabrina.
okay, get in touch with me through Facebook. We'll work it out. I'd appreciate it.
Yeah. So just put down what your name is so she can find you when you
Sabrina
contact me.
Etheridge. What is it? Sabrina Wienadina or something on there? What is it?
Sabrina Weena or something like that is what
Yeah.
you look for in Facebook. But Gemini Empath, if you can tell me what your name is, and then we'll let Sabrina know so she'll look out for your for.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
we're in a point right now. I know I'm doing more of it. There's a lot of bartering going on. Um, I get a lot of eggs, like fantastic eggs from my neighbors. that they have chickens, and I'll tell you, they're the best eggs.
I want some of
Incredible. They still have feathers on them sometimes when when I get them. They are the most massive, the most beautiful orange eggs you can imagine. And we're starting to do a little bartering
Yeah, so
within
how
our
much are those?
neighbors.
Like $500 a dozen or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can probably buy
So
a stockpile of eggs.
yeah, so we're going to get to a point where we're going to start doing that again, is bartering for services and things like that. So
Oh God, yeah.
very nice stuff. And I did that when I went to Hawaii, actually. This is back in, I think, 2017 or 18. Somebody contacted me and she says, I've got a beautiful condo here in I think it was Maui, in Maui, and if you could do a session for me, you could stay here for like 4 nights or something. And it was like, okay. At that time, I didn't have as many people as I do now, but hey, I'm always open for that type of stuff.
Yeah.
If there is a place around the world, I'm looking right now, I've got an itch to go somewhere and do a gathering in a different part of the world, but hotels are so expensive. I'm looking for like places that have large living rooms or something where I could do a gathering there. So if anybody is out there who has ideas of where I can go close to an airport, because I don't like to drive in other countries, close to a place where it's easy to get to, hey, let me know. Uh, just contact me through the website and tell me you have a place, because I'm looking to travel again. And where did you say, Sabrina, that you thought I was going to be going to?
Did I?
Do you remember?
Uh-uh. Did I say Croatia?
You said Croatia. Anybody online from Croatia?
Oh,
Apparently that's one of my possibilities.
the only thing I know how to say in Croatian is izvini, which means I'm sorry.
Oh, wow. That's a good one to know.
Whenever I'm learning another language, I learn how to say hello, goodbye, please, thank you, I'm sorry, I'm
Yeah,
a stupid American, things like that. So they'll
yeah,
be kind to me because, I'm trying.
yeah, yeah. Sabrina, are you in the mood to try to get anything to come through for you?
Well, I can't do it under the circumstances. I can't see you. All I can see are the chats.
Ah,
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to just,
you're not at that point yet.
well, no. I mean, whenever I'm about to do a reading, I'm praying, I'm meditating, I'm
Yeah,
in a
yeah,
state trance already when I go
yeah,
in.
yeah. You're
You know,
not in a trance right
and
now,
I've
for
only
sure.
done this with the Galactic Federation twice, so
Right,
and
right.
meanwhile, I'm going to be taking that course to be more polished with this, and then I'd be ready, I believe.
Yeah, yeah.
You
It'll
know,
be great to be able to have you channel for other people.
oh yeah. Well, I mean, I've been channeling since I was a kid, but it was squelched so much that I've had to work through insecurities, because there was a lot of people telling me you're weird, don't do that. My parents were like, shut up, you don't do it, and sometimes it just came out. They pushed me out of the way and say stuff. I mean, I was always getting in trouble for it. Almost got kicked out of school. I got kicked
Did
out
you
of
did you ever tell the nun story of what happened with the nuns?
okay, that's part of the near-death experience thing, I guess. But after I fell out of a tree, I fell 33 feet out of a tree and had a full near-death experience. And then I came back. There's all these stuff around that, but I was paralyzed from the neck down. And the doctors said for them to make some makeshift kind of bed for me. So it was by a window so I could get fresh air and everything. But it was like bricks and a hollow door, one of those hollow corridors kind of thing, and some blankets and stuff. And they had me laying really flat on my back.
Yeah.
Well, so I'm at the mercy of anybody, you know what I mean? So my mom being part nun, my dad kidnapped her from a convent to make her his wife, whole story there. But there was a lot of nuns. Okay, we're going to Catholic schools. These were Irish nuns. This was an Irish Catholic school that we were going to in Mobile, Alabama, and this is 1966, right? So the nuns were all Irish, and they came with Father Sullivan. Father Sullivan was talking to my dad, who was Baptist, and trying to tell him about signs and wonders and what was going on, because I was saying all this stuff that they just didn't understand. They were like 25 and I was 8, and they just didn't. How could they handle it? Coping, come on. So here comes these nuns. They're sneaking in there. There's like 5 of them, and they come in and they say, "We have a question. If we can ask you a question." And I'm like, well, we're going to say no. you know?
To the authority figures.
Yeah. They'll hit me with a ruler. I can't run. Just thinking. So this one, she's real bold, and she steps forward and she says, is Catholicism the one true church? Well, I had no idea what that meant, and all of a sudden this booming, commanding voice, a grown man's voice, came out of my mouth. And the only way I could describe it was it reached every corner in the room, you know? And I'll never forget it. It said Catholicism was a political organization of the pagan masses. And when that came out, I didn't say it, this angel did. And a couple of the nuns kind of squealed and ran out of the room. Actually, all of them ran out of the room, and a couple came back, and they wanted they wanted to ask more questions. And I was like, no, because it freaked me out. And, I've studied a lot about angels and channeling and things like that since. And it was like, it took me forever to figure out what that meant, you know? And that's what got me, is like, how would I know what that meant? And then there's so many books have been written about it, since, Mobile, Alabama in the mid 60s, they weren't talking about stuff like that. There's no way I could have picked it up anywhere, you know?
Yeah.
So, that made me wonder. So it made me question all religions. And it put me on a path of checking out multiple religions, and seeing what their commonality was, but for Catholicism was a political organization of the pagan masses. Well, once you really look at that, you go to Catholic Church, they're burning candles, they're burning incense. They have multiple deities, but they call them saints. It's like, and, once a Catholic, always a Catholic. I'm a recovering Catholic, but then I go back home. You know what I mean? And I use the vernacular of a Catholic because that's how I was raised. But I know that just from that one comment from another angelic being coming out of my mouth and freaking out nuns, it put me on a path. It put me on a path of questioning, trying to understand all of this stuff. And we all, and knowing that we all have a hunger for a higher power. We all have it, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and I kept telling everybody, God is short for good. God is short for good.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, every religion other than Satanism, and they try to, they have their own thing about saying that he was good, he's just misunderstood or whatever. But it's all about being kind. It's all about love. It's all about we're all one. If you've got atoms in you, you're just the same as I am. I'm
Yeah.
seeing stuff jump up. Oh boy. Oh, Serbia. It's next to Croatia. All right, Alba. There you
Oh, you
go.
just caught that one, huh?
Well, yeah, because I could get it on about 15 of the latest, but I can't get your picture or anything on there. It's just like I'm reading it. Ugh.
Yeah. There's a lot of messages. I apologize for not going through all of them, but
Yeah.
sometimes when we get on a roll here of talking, um, we've already passed all of this. So yeah. Is there anything else you want to bring up today, Sabrina?
Um, Somebody was saying, when am I going to talk about my, we need to do a thing where we talk about my near-death experience.
Yeah, we're going to do that. Just for thumbs up or give me some hearts, would you like to hear Sabrina's near-death experiences?
I mean,
No.
no, nobody's,
No.
nah, no, we're cool.
Yeah, well, we're going to do it anyway. We're going to.
How can I begin to connect with the Federation? Boy, that's a good question. Ellen keeps coming back. Boy, she's really chatty. She's going, those nuns must have freaked out. I told you they squealed and ran out of the room. A couple of them were brave enough to come back,
Yeah,
but I don't remember what they asked because I was still trying to. Oh, I know what they asked. They said, who was that came through? Who was that was speaking through you? And I said, that was Ezekiel. And they said, who's Ezekiel? I said, that's my guardian angel. And then they said, you're not supposed to know your guardian angel's name. I said, well, what if my guardian angel said, I'm Ezekiel? Because they want to keep you in the dark.
that's right.
They
That's
do.
right.
They do. They want, they don't want to keep you in light
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah, call them, they might come. I think they will come. I think that whenever
You
you
talk about
call
the
for
Federation.
assistance,
Well,
yeah,
this is the thing. The committee that came in for that one individual and the committee that came in for us were two different committees. It's like
interesting.
if you're calling on a committee, this is what I can gather with the two times this has happened, they they all get like a little alert. We need to, you know, form a committee. And there are predestined committees with predestined people on them for like every situation, every person, whatever, it's like they're so quick and efficient. And
Yeah,
so when I was calling them in for you, they were boom there. They were assembled. They were ready to go. They each had a directive and they were all speaking. It was like their thoughts, they were telepathic, but their thoughts came in to the center of this big white floating table and then came in through me. They were all on the same page. They were all thinking the same thoughts with the feet of itself.
it's amazing.
And then that came in through me, right? It comes in through like right here and starts coming out. It's like right there. And,
Hmm.
I was just this sock trying to talk, you know? I'm kind of sitting off to the side,
Hmm.
observing all this and understanding and knowing all this without one word being spoken over there, but it's coming out of me. And if I try to listen to what's coming out of me, it sounds like and then, it doesn't sound
Wow,
it's making any sense at all. But I'm just
interesting.
letting it happen. But then when I turned around and watched it, it creeped me out. It creeped me out so bad because I look real creepy. God. And then, I was like, ooh. And then here goes, the one, and then stuff turns into a complete thought. And the verbiage is used in a way I wouldn't have. I'm not choosing these words. They're collectively figuring out which word they want to use that they all agree on. So it's like there's little, you know, there's pauses in there while they're doing that.
Yeah.
It's weird. What
And you
Mags is late? Starting at the beginning. Okay, we'll see you later. You missed some stuff.
and you've watched that a few times, haven't you?
I watched it a couple of times because I just couldn't wrap my head around it. But seeing yourself, Butters was disturbed by it. He didn't like it. He was watching it on TV with me, and he was like, "Oh my God." He's like, "That's my mom,
And
but that's not my mom."
you had another dog on your lap you were taking care of.
Yeah, I had Tiny, who's an old Chihuahua, and it was getting to be his dinner time, and he was telling me,
So
"Okay, this girl's asking me, did you go to confession? What do you mean? Like every day when I was in Catholic school?" Or what do you mean? Did I go to confession when? The last time I went to confession, it was at the Domo in Milan, this incredible church. And I told him I wanted a confession, and the priest says, "No English, no English, no English." Yeah, I said, "Bueno," because I didn't want him to understand my sins. It had been a long time since. So, yeah, yeah, I'm better now. But yeah, I was like, if you're gonna get a confession after a bunch of years and not get one, you might as well go where they don't speak your language. Get it over with.
yeah. And somebody asked here, is the Federation helping you heal? I think we all know who's helping you heal.
Jesus is on my side with the healing. He is the number one physician. He
Yeah.
came to me in the hospital. Alba did a little mini session. She's got it somewhere on her.
Yeah, if you go to my YouTube channel and there is a playlist with Sabrina Etheridge, and there is a 7-minute video there that was done in the hospital when she first found out what was going on with her. And basically, Jesus told her he was going to be there for her and it was going to be okay. So,
Yeah. And so he's who I've been talking to throughout this whole thing. And there's been a lot of people, a lot of Alba's followers that were praying for me. There's been people
yeah,
from around the world praying for me that I don't even know, and God bless them all. And they were from all different faiths, they were from, I mean, just all all over the place. And healers asked permission. I said, go for it. And I had some really weird experiences with feeling healing coming through. I mean,
yeah. People were asking Sabrina permission if they could do remote healing on her, people
mhm,
we didn't know.
mhm.
And she was actually feeling it in her body when
Yeah,
they were doing it.
yeah. I had this girl helping me out over here, and all of a sudden, I got this huge rush. How you doing? Did you wake up? Phew. I mean, down to the toes, like my toes were going to explode. And I was like, that was weird. I just got the biggest rush.
Mhm.
And she goes, that is weird. 5 seconds later, phew. It happened 5 times every 5 seconds. And I said, the only thing I can imagine that is somebody remote healing me. And I want to thank them for it, whoever did
Yeah,
that, because I
yeah.
felt a lot better. But there's been a lot of people praying for me, people that didn't even pray. And that's another thing we can talk to at another time about.
Yeah, we'll talk about that another time again about the prayer. That's so important. And there are people who just do not pray, and I think that we need to bring that back. It doesn't matter
Yeah.
whether you believe in a religion or not. It's
No,
your connection. It's your connection.
meditation is prayer. Okay. There's a lovely energy force that every human being on this planet has access to. And I call it prayer. And when you are caring for someone and this rush of heartfelt love is coming out of you, and you are asking whoever, okay, I say God and I say Jesus, but if you are asking in the name of love that something good happens on their behalf, okay, even if you're asking for your behalf, all right, this is pure. This is an energy that goes through the cosmos, is touched by a higher being that none of us can even comprehend, that is made of love. Okay.
Yeah.
Then it's um like magic dust is thrown on it. It's exacerbated. And then it is sent back through the cosmos where that magic dust is touching everything around it, planets, everything, people's entities, everything. And then it comes back to the person that prayed and touches them deeply. It blesses them. And then it blesses the person that they were asking for. And all of that blessing energy,
Yeah.
something every single one of us can do. Okay.
Yeah.
And if we don't do it, we feel a hole in ourselves. That's where you see addicts, where they have no soul. Okay. You see alcoholics, they want that, but they're afraid of it. And it's very simple and it can save you, you know. I mean,
All
so
right. What do you think? We should wrap it up?
my story, I'm sticking to it. Yeah.
Okay.
How
So I'd like
sweet.
to
I love
thank
you.
everybody for being here today on this chat. Keep putting comments down. I think, Sabrina, you could answer some of the comments after this goes up. It takes a day for the chat actually to come up on the video, so that will be up on Sunday. But I really appreciate you coming in here and talking every time we have a bunch of us who are all on the same vibration. We all together on the same page, on the same thought. We put that beautiful vibration out to the world, and that's what's wonderful about having this family online, is that I feel that we are all connected, that I think we've all known each other before.
Oh God, yes.
And that's why you are connected to me. Some people are connected to other people, but I want to thank you all for being here. And hopefully, uh, just chats between me and Sabrina will bring you some happiness. My sessions will bring you some happiness and insight, and hopefully you'll come out and join me wherever I do some of these workshops. It's a fabulous. Some people online here have been to them. It's a great way to get to know everybody a little bit better. So, thank you very much for all of this time, and that's about it, right?
Yep. Thank
Yeah.
you.
All
I
right.
love y'all.
Okay. Much love to you all.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Drove me nuts. This meeting is being live streamed, okay?
Okay. Here we go.